I'm just saying, I thought it was funny.
Rolling.
You can mention like your Bumble experiences or mine, but
They're terrible.
we can't bring my friends into it.
Coming to you pre-tape from the LA Mission College Studios in Los Angeles, California. This is the Best Coast Show. I'm your host, Albert Aguilera. My producer, Curtis Stage, is missing. I hit him up this morning because we had the show today. We were coming back from hiatus, and he did not respond. Out of a panic, I went to the police station, tried to file a missing persons report, and they asked me how long he'd been missing. I said, I don't know. I've been trying to get a hold of him all morning. And they said, well, he's an adult, so you kind of have to wait 3 days to file a missing person report. And I was like, well, our show's at like noon, so I kind of need him now. And they were like, have you talked to his family? And I was like, no, his wife's not on Twitter. And I've in studio now, but my co-host, Meg Preston, is back. Meg, welcome back.
Woo!
Woo!
Thank you. Oh, yes. Thank you. It's good to be back.
It's part of Meg's contract that the cast has to clap for her.
I love it.
To make her feel special. You were, okay, so your birthday just passed.
Yes.
Mine did too. We're both from August. Now, I did not spend my entire birthday month vacationing on an island.
It wasn't my whole month. It was just like 8 days out of the month that I was gone. But it seems like I was gone for a lot longer than that.
Yeah, because every time, like, I was looking at your social media, and I'd be like, oh, hey, we're going to try to do this. You're like, oh, I'm on this island. Now I'm on this one. Well, now I'm on that one.
It was my mom's birthday, and then we went to Hawaii, and then it was my birthday. Like, for a week, it was my birthday.
So do you guys have, like, a joint venture, like, combo birthday? We're going to Hawaii? Woo!
Well, we went to Hawaii for a family wedding.
Oh.
So it wasn't as fun as it sounded. But it was amazing. Hawaii is gorgeous. But it wasn't like a big birthday party thing in Hawaii. I mean, that would have been awesome, but no, it was just...
And you didn't meet some random, like suave dude in Hawaii that you, like, had a good time with that, like, 60 years from now you're going to tell your grandkids about? And you're going to have, like, letters, like, in the notebook?
God, no. It was a family wedding, so it was a lot of family time.
Oh,
and
you don't want to meet people at family weddings.
No. I mean, they could probably be related to me somehow.
Exactly, that's why.
That'd be pretty weird. But it was a really good time. It was a long month, so it's nice that summer's kind of over now.
Awesome. Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
And Nation, welcome back to the Best Coast Show. We have an all-new episode. We're going to talk about a little bit about the Dodgers, and then we're going to talk about the Rams, and then I'm going to try and convince Megan to let me take her mom out, not on a date.
Oh, yeah.
Not on a date.
Watch what you say about
not
that.
on a date. To opening night, because I need a +1 for opening night for the Kings opening night. I believe it's October 4th, right?
I think so.
And
yeah, or the 5th,
my initial thing was like, hey, I need to get a +1. I'll ask Megan's mom if she wants to go. She seems more fun than Megan, and Megan's not having it.
No.
We'll get to that in a second.
We'll talk about that.
Okay, guys, so the Dodgers are in third place technically. They're 76-64. The Dodgers, even though they're in third place, they have an 81% chance of making the playoffs according to the ESPN playoff tracker. And Kenley Jansen's not going to go on the road trip to Colorado because of his heart issue. The doctor's like, yo, you might die, and we need you for the playoffs, so just stay in Los Angeles. We
die.
Extended. Yeah, we don't need him. We can't have him dying because then...
Don't die on me.
Exactly. So then what's happening is we're like, hey, Kenley, like, come on our show. We're located in the valley. We're below sea level. You'll be fine. He never responded to us.
Are we technically below sea level?
We're in the valley. Wouldn't that make us below sea level?
Wouldn't that make us above sea level because we're in a valley and the ocean goes this way and we go this way?
I don't do geography. I don't know. I would assume we're below sea level because it's literally a valley. It does this.
I don't know. We should probably Google that or something.
Okay, well, we'll effort that. Our producer's not here today, so we really don't have any, like, analysis or stuff.
We don't know what we are without him.
It's true. People assume that because we do the show that we watch every waking second of every sport, and we don't because we just can't because sometimes multiple games are on at the same time.
Yeah, and it was our birthdays.
And it was our birthdays.
You have to
and I
forgive
haven't
us.
even been in town most of August either.
I know.
I've been traveling and doing all sorts of nonsense. Then we're going to talk about the Rams for a little bit because, like I said, it's going to be week 1 next week. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, let's get started. And, Megan, Pedro Baez, he will be going to Colorado.
Yes.
Pedro Baez has had this history of not being very good in pressure situations. If the Dodgers need to close the game in Colorado, do you let Pedro Baez pitch? Keep in mind, he hasn't given up an earned run, since your birthday.
Well, personally, I would just pick Kershaw to play the whole game, but that's not going to happen. And
Can't
I
do that.
realize that. But hopefully he will surprise everyone and he'll play amazing. But I think Kenley needs to come back.
Well, we can't have Kenley in
he's
Colorado
back, but
because he
just
might
can't
die.
fly.
And here's the thing where the Dodgers are competing. They're a game and a half back first place, but we're 2 games back of a wild card. And right now there's possible scenario where we might have to play a playoff game to get into a playoff game to get into the playoffs. if that playoff game, like a play-in, right? So if you tie with somebody, you got to play an additional game.
Right.
If that tie-in is with the Rockies, and I believe the Rockies own the head-to-head with us, it would be in Colorado. If you're Kenley Jansen, do you say, listen, Doc, I'm doing it for the team. I need to go to Colorado in the event that they need me? Or do you like just chill in Los Angeles and hope that the team does it without you?
No, I would go.
You would
Colorado.
risk your life. You would risk your life to close a game for the Dodgers so that we can make the playoffs.
Are we really risking our life here?
He is.
Let me
He
tell
has
you,
that heart problem.
If this was a hockey player, he would go.
Don't start
okay?
with me.
Okay.
No.
We all know this. But I don't know. I mean, he should probably go. But if it was like really life or death, which
It is.
I don't think it is.
His doctor said you might die.
Did he really say that?
I don't know, but I'm guessing he did. That's why he's not allowed to go on the trip.
Maybe he's just being lazy. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I would go, but if it was life or death, then you just pray for the best. If it's meant to be, it'll be. That's what you gotta think about.
All right, I guess. So, guys, Megan wants Kenley to die for the team. That's how committed she is. Other people should die for the team. Not her, but other people should die.
The players should just, I
mean, he gets paid like $90 million. He's on a 4-year, $90 million deal. So
I think he'll be okay.
I would be like, dude, let's just strap you to an oxygen tank. And then when you're ready to pitch, release the oxygen tank, go walk into the mound and close out the game.
But don't they have like meds for all those heart conditions now?
They do, and that's what he's on.
And Colorado's like, what, a 2-hour flight? He's fine.
Well, it's not so much the flight. It's the fact that he's a mile above elevation. And, people are like, oh, how is it that he can fly to every city? Well, when you're in a plane, it's.
Wait, he can take a bus.
No, what I'm saying is people are like, how is it he can fly from place to place and not have these heart issues?
Right.
But it's because when you're in a plane, it's pressurized. You don't have to deal with the elevation and there's oxygen being pumped into the plane. So it's like, there's NFL players who will sit out games when they're playing the Broncos at Mile High because they can't handle the thin air.
That's true.
You always see MMA fighters where it's like, or Olympic athletes. The Olympic athlete training center is in Colorado because they train at altitude. So, we don't want Kenley to die. But would you put Pedro Baez into pitch in a safe situation?
Do we have any other options?
No, and not in this scenario. Not in this scenario.
Then yes.
You do.
Yeah, you have to.
I mean, and guys, if you've been with the show long enough, you've known that the last couple of years, Pedro Baez, Curtis and I have defended Pedro Baez in a clean inning. In a clean inning where there are no runners on base, Pedro Baez is pretty solid. Pretty solid. In a situation where, regardless of the score, there are runners on base, pretty garbage. Very garbage. Like very, very garbage. But in my scenario to you, we don't have a choice, and Pedro Baez needs to come in to save the ninth inning with the bases loaded and one out.
You have to put him
in. The crew is shaking their heads no. The crew is
even
just
though he's under pressure, we just got to hope he'll deliver, and maybe he'll get a win for us.
Maybe.
But the Dodgers are doing well without him anyway, so.
Well, now we have the situation where the Dodgers have the highest run differential in the league. It's the National League. It's like a plus 128. We're sitting in third place. Meanwhile, the Rockies have a differential of -8, but they're in first place. They just have this amazing bullpen right now, and they're winning these one-run games. But the Dodgers have a massive run differential because win or lose, the Dodgers are still scoring like 20 runs, which is ridiculous. Mm-hmm. And I guess that's why we're kind of favored to win the division at this point. And the ESPN stats, I mean, we should have bet against the Mets. The Mets, that was a team we were supposed to sweep and stay in first place. But we have now, I think, 18 games left in the season.
Yeah.
So it's getting more intense. And it's cool because, that's leading us into football. That's leading us into hockey, and October is the best month of the year when it comes to sports because every sport is playing. And then at some point, basketball is going to start. I don't really follow basketball, and Curtis isn't here, so we don't need to mention basketball.
I think it starts a week and a half or 2 weeks after hockey season. So it's coming up.
Okay. I'm not a basketball
We're probably
person.
going to talk about it on the show. So.
We might.
I think we will.
But now let's talk about the Rams for a little bit because we have week 1. That's going to be September 9, September 10. We got the Oakland Raiders. And did you know that the Raiders almost traded Mack to the Rams?
Yes.
But do you know why they didn't?
Because of their players in the system for the trade, and can't think of the other. That word escapes me.
Draft?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
They wouldn't be getting as good of players in the draft.
Correct. So what had happened was ultimately Matt goes to the Bears. The Bears were like, hey, we'll give you these draft picks and Agent McCarron. And so the Rams were like, hey, we can give you the similar offer. And the Rams were like, let's do this. And the Raiders were like, you know what? We like the idea, but we are playing you in week 1, and you guys are a really good team. So even if you gave us like 5 first-round draft picks, you would be picking in the low 20s. I'm sorry, in the high 20s. The Bears are garbage. The Bears are probably going to be picking in the low teens or below or above just the 10 mark. So ultimately, that's why they decided to go with the Bears.
Or that they're pissed that the Rams are in LA now and not the
Now they're going to Vegas. They have a brand new stadium.
Just saying for right now.
Brand new stadium in Las Vegas. I believe this season, 2018, 2019 season is the last season that the Raiders play in Oakland.
How pissed are those fans though? I'd be pissed.
I mean, they were in Oakland. They left to go to Los Angeles. They left Los Angeles to go back.
Die-hard fans, though.
I think everyone has die-hard fans.
Crazy. Well, yes, but
I mean,
I'd be pissed if the Kings were going anywhere else. I mean, not that they would, but I'd be furious.
Knocking on wood here.
Knock on everything.
Yes, Megan's sitting on a metal chair today.
Yes.
I don't believe that the Kings would do that to us. I don't believe they would abandon us.
No.
But the Rams have at some point abandoned us. That's why you and I grew up without football teams.
Yeah.
Because they abandoned us as children.
That's why we don't watch football. Well,
Pro football.
I don't. Well, you do.
The Raiders left us as children. The Rams left us as children, but the Rams came back. That's why we now root for the Rams. You are just up in the air saying, oh, Eric Decker's so cute. He plays for the Patriots. I like the Patriots.
But not anymore.
Blah, blah, blah,
I'm pissed.
That he retired?
Yes.
Why?
Because that's the only reason why I watch football.
Because of Eric Decker?
Yes.
What?
For like the Patriots, Julian Edelman, Tom Brady. He's pretty good looking, And then if you had Eric Decker, that's like a trifecta.
Jared Goff is a pretty handsome guy. Went to Cal. Not going to say he's smart, but he went to Cal.
One cutie versus like 3. And also, how many Super Bowls versus how many other Super Bowls?
That is just terrible logic in liking a team. Growing up in LA, a lot of my friends were like, well, we don't have a team. Whoever wins it this year, I'm going to root for them. So that kind of made sense when you're 4th, 5th, 6th grade and you don't have a team. But as an adult, you are an adult. I'm not going to reveal the birthday age that she just had.
I'm not that old.
I'm just saying, I never said you were old. I said you were an adult. As an adult, you should be able to pick your team. And you are in a position where you're a free agent because you grew up in LA without a team. Now, you should be able to pick a team and say, you know what? I like this team because they represent X city, or they represent this mascot, or these even the colors, or whatever. But to say, hey, Joe Schmo's pretty attractive, I'm going to root for them.
Let me tell you something.
I mean, what if he played on the Bucks?
Okay.
What if he played for Detroit?
Okay, funny story. I actually went to the Super Bowl, and I think it was 2003 when it was Tampa Bay and the Raiders. Did I know what was going on?
That was 2003.
Was it?
God, that was years ago.
Yeah.
I think that was 2003.
But I still went to a Super Bowl game.
Okay, in San Diego?
Yes. And then, I don't really watch football, but the Patriots won me like $1,000 a few years ago. So that's why I root for them, because they won me money.
Okay.
So I'm not really going off of looks.
But then you just rooted for the Eagles in the last Super Bowl
because they've never
against
won.
the Patriots,
Because
which is a team you claim to like.
Okay, I watched a 90-year-old give an interview. He's never seen his team win, and it just pulled at my heartstrings. My cold, dead heart came to life. What can I say?
That's terrible.
That's why I rooted for the Eagles.
That's
but
terrible.
normally it's for the Patriots.
Well,
or the Chargers.
Why did Curtis hire you?
I don't know.
Last year, the Rams went to 11-5. Okay, so going into this year, Las Vegas has set the odds over under 9.5 games for the Rams. I think they will win more than the 9.5. Where do you sit? Like, what is
out of 15 games?
Out of the whole season.
First of all, I think it's silly that you can't
16.
really win 9.5 games.
No, it's how they bet.
No, I know, but still. I hope that they'll be better, because they have a better team this season, and hopefully they're getting lots of workouts at training camp, because that's still going on.
That just ended, yeah.
Because they have preseason now. Hopefully they will. Hopefully they'll deliver for the city, and they have that new stadium coming in next year, right?
I believe it's 2020 is when the stadium opens, and then we have the Super Bowl 2021.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
At the Rams Stadium?
Yeah, it's going to be the Rams-Chargers joint venture in Carson. No, not Carson. Inglewood. Inglewood, yes. So I'm going over. You're going over. The Rams are 10-1. They're not the favorites because the Eagles, your Eagles, are 9-1, and
my Eagles?
And then your Patriots are 6.5-1. Yeah. So I think that because we have the defense that we have, and Aaron Donald finally signed and is now the highest paid defensive player in the history of the NFL, if the defense can stay healthy, I think, and assuming we had traded for Mac, I think the Rams would have won every game via forfeit, and they would have won 2-0 because quarterbacks would have been just scared to sit in the pocket.
Yeah.
But the defense is there. The offense is there. McVay is there. McVay is a good-looking guy.
I don't think I know what he looks like. So.
And how old's McVay? McVay, I believe, is 31, 32. I believe he fits
Perfect
into
age,
he fits into your age range that you once talked about. I don't know if he likes country music, though.
It's okay. We can teach.
But he's married.
Oh, why would you even say that then?
I'm just saying.
Oh, goodness.
So I think that they do end up making the playoffs. They legitimately can make a Super Bowl run. I think Jared Goff's going to have another great year. Todd Gurley is going to have another great year. And it's just a matter of staying healthy. If people can stay healthy, because on paper, this Rams team is stacked.
But that's what they say about a lot of other teams, and then they blow it.
Well, you can say that on paper, the Patriots are an average team, because on paper, the Patriots are an average team. They just have the best coaching. That's what it is. They have Tom Brady, and they have the best coaching. What the Patriots do is they go, oh, you're a misfit from this other place, and they cut you. Come do it the Patriot way, and we will make average players look amazing.
Yeah.
And you never look at the Patriots and go, whoa, they have the best receivers in the league. Oh, their front four are the best. You don't look at the Patriots and think that.
If you're like a diehard fan, yes. Or
well,
if you know a lot
Patriots,
about
possibly,
the NFL.
But you now look at the defense with Talib and Ndamukong Suh and Aaron Donald. We lost Ogletree, but you look at that defense, and on paper, we're the best defense in the league if we're healthy. Now, are we going to rack up more penalties than the Raiders and any other team in the league this year? Absolutely. I firmly believe that we will have more penalties this year than any other team in the league.
Why do you think that?
Because Talib and Ndamukong Suh and others are the type of players that might do a little extra after a whistle is blown. So we're going to see a lot of personal fouls. Oh, I'm sure people do things that they're not supposed to do.
They're like the Kyle Cliffords of the Rams.
Kyle Clifford's not a dirty player.
He's not a dirty player, but he gets a lot of penalty minutes.
Yeah, but it's a little different because he's a goon enforcer that legitimately, if you wanted to in hockey, you can elbow and punch and like push.
You just can't do that in football.
You can't do that in football, especially not after the whistle. So I think that we'll be fine. Legitimately, I think they can win the division again. I really don't see Arizona competing. I don't see Seattle competing. The 49ers, I mean, they have Garoppolo, and Garoppolo, I believe, is undefeated as a starter. He's like 6-0 overall. But I honestly don't feel they have the personnel. I think that the Rams can win the division again. I think they can win more than 9.5 games. I think legitimately they can win the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of, can they stay healthy?
We'll have to find out.
And
starting in a week.
Yes. So I'm pretty excited. We're going to win a Super Bowl.
Okay, good.
You have to root for the Rams. How are you rooting
I will root for the Rams. Okay, I only rooted for the Chargers because I've seen them twice.
And you've not seen the Rams?
I've not seen them play. No, I'm not in the stadium, no. I've seen the Chargers play twice in stadium. So
and even after going to Qualcomm, which is like the worst stadium next to the Coliseum in Oakland, you were like...
I was like 15. I didn't care.
Terrible.
I was a little older than that, but...
Anyways,
nothing is Staples Center, so I don't really.
That's also true. That's also true. So we have to figure out a way to get you down to a game with the Rams. That way we can make you into a Rams fan because, like Johnny the Geek, our audio guy, shout out to Johnny, he is an LAFC fan because Curtis bought him a hat.
I mean, I would probably be too.
Just because they bought you a hat?
No, I don't really. I feel like if you're coming in to LA as a new team, it's the new it's like a franchise, like a new team in LA. They play against the Galaxy like what 4 times this season, I think.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to pick because I don't really watch a ton of soccer. So I feel like if you're not biased to one team, was Johnny a huge Galaxy fan?
Johnny doesn't watch
Probably
sports.
not.
Johnny used to be a basketball guy.
Okay, so that's the thing. I don't watch soccer, neither does he. So it's you can kind of go towards the LAFC if someone buys you something. I have a Chargers hat.
Okay, we have to burn that.
I got it when I was at the game.
Doesn't matter. We will burn it.
Okay, I also went to a Preds game and I bought Preds stuff too.
Completely different.
I'm a Kings fan.
Different.
How?
Because you are like into country music and you were probably in Nashville, not for the game,
I
but
was
for
in
like,
Nashville.
but you were probably in Nashville for like a concert or something that involved barbecue, not for a Preds game.
No, I was there training for work. So
So you, by coincidence, were like, oh, the Preds are in town?
Yes.
I like hockey, let me go. Like, that's completely okay. Like, if I'm in town in, I don't know, like Winnipeg, I'm not a Jets fan, but if I'm in town and there's a game that night, I'll go to the game.
Yeah.
Will
it's
I buy
actually funny because the Preds were playing Winnipeg
Okay.
at the game.
Now, would I purchase any Winnipeg stuff?
Yes.
Probably not.
Why?
I don't know. Why? What the hell am I
When
going to do
in
with a
Rome.
Winnipeg hat?
When in Rome.
If it were like this year, the Kings have a home game in Salt Lake. Let's say I was in Salt Lake and it was not the Kings. It was like, I don't know, the Preds and Winnipeg. Sure, I'd buy something because it's like a special occasion game.
Yeah.
Maybe, you're on vacation or you were still living in London and that year the London game was like the Rangers and the Devils. So you bought something commemorative. Okay, cool. But to just randomly buy gear of another team because...
I still did that. I bought a Smash hat. It's amazing.
Do you still wear it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
And no one says anything to you?
No.
I would say something to you.
No one knows what it is.
That's also
no
also
one in
true.
LA knows what Smash is.
That's also true. That is also true. Let's change gears now and opening night for the Kings.
Yes.
What is your deal? Why can't I take your mom?
Why would you want to take her in the first place?
Because I told her, I was like, hey, what are you doing opening night? I got an extra seat.
Yeah. No.
I'm just saying.
No. Why you couldn't invite me or Curtis or Johnny?
I'm sorry. One, Curtis is not here. Two, Curtis never invites me to anything. Johnny doesn't like hockey.
That's true.
Johnny doesn't like hockey.
We'll get Johnny on the hockey wagon.
And I've tried to get a +1, as you personally know, and the +1 situation has not worked out very well. And when I was like, hey, Megan, let's go to Vegas to watch the Capitals win the cup, you were like, oh shit, let's go. And then you realize you had like adult things to do. And was it your cousin or your nephew?
My cousin.
Your cousin, you're like, I got to drive my cousin somewhere. And I was like, fuck it, we'll just Uber him or we'll bring him too. You're like, no, I have to
really
adult.
Work that way.
I have to adult.
Yeah. I had to be responsible.
We could have taken him. He could have seen he could have seen history. The Capitals would have won. And he would have been like, I was there.
Yeah, he could have.
I was there to watch Ovechkin raise the cup.
Hindsight is 2020 or something like that, right?
That's the saying, yes.
Yeah. So,
but Game 7 was the next night.
We can go back to June if you would like, but can't.
Terrible. So that's why I was like, oh, okay, let's see if Meg's mom wants to go.
She ain't gonna go with you.
You don't know that.
I do.
She already told you that it's no go.
Didn't you tweet at her? And
I didn't. No, I've not tweeted at your mom.
You asked her when we were live.
I think I asked her when we were live. Yes.
No.
But I don't.
There's a lot of other people I feel like you could probably take besides my mom.
True.
Because I don't think you asked me.
I don't think I asked you. No. I don't believe I did. You just look angry all the time.
I have resting bitch face.
Yeah, so I'm kind of...
It's an issue. Yeah. I'm aware, self-aware.
So the last thing I want, and your mom seems more pleasant, so the last thing I want is to be hanging there in my seats, and they're like, oh, who's that person? Is that the +1? Why does she look angry? What did he do? I'm like, I didn't do anything. That's just the way your face looks.
Yeah. I'm just messed up.
Yeah.
I know I have resting bitch face. I look very unapproachable, and
all
it's
the
kind of
time.
awesome. I kind of like it. But
I wish I had
you didn't
that.
ask me to go. And plus, I know everyone at Staples Center anyway. They'd be like, oh my God, Meg's here.
Okay, then you go with them. I'm going to tweet at your mom and be like, hey, what are you doing on the 4th? But your mom lives in Long Beach, so I'm not going to pick her up. I'll probably just get her like an Uber Black or something.
Well.
That way she can
Uber Black.
Yeah. Why would I make her get into a regular Uber?
First of
it's
all,
opening night.
I live in Long Beach with her.
Okay.
So you really have to put out all the steps for her.
Damn.
I'm just grilling you.
You're not helping.
That's my mommy, okay?
You're not helping.
I have to have her back,
Oh, yeah, I'm going to send her back. I'm not going to leave her at Staples. That'd be rude.
Well, I would go pick her up.
Oh.
Why don't she and I just go and you stay home?
No, but they're my tickets. My seats.
But you want one of us to go with you.
No, I want her, not you.
Why do you want her to go with you?
Because I already asked her.
Because she looks nicer.
She's far more pleasant. She's far more pleasant than you are.
She is.
Far more pleasant than you are.
I don't know how I'm her daughter because she is lovely and I am not.
Maybe you take after your dad? But your dad seemed very pleasant too.
Yeah, they're cool.
Your dad seemed very pleasant.
Yeah, they're awesome. Love you guys.
But now that's going on and the season, October 4th, I'm pretty confident. That I'm not going to say we're going to win the division because we never do. I think we've won it once in our 50-year existence. But legitimately, I think that they can make the playoffs again. And then just Kovalchuk is going to do my part of the deal, he's going to have more points than Kopitar, and he will definitely help our goal deficiency.
I agree that he will help. I was actually at work yesterday, and someone asked me, I was wearing a Kings hat, and they're like, oh, like big Kings fan. And I was like, yes, I'm a huge Kings fan. And they were like, do you think we'll do it this year? And I was like, actually, I don't think so. And I told them about the whole Kovalchuk and all that stuff and how we're kind of going opposite of what we wanted. But I am so excited for hockey season, and I hope Kovalchuk delivers and everyone else delivers too. And yeah, I'm
You're going to wear that jersey.
Okay. Well, I'm happy it's almost October.
You're going to wear that jersey.
All right. We'll see.
Guys, but Johnny's telling me that we are running out of time. So our gift of the day. You know what our gift of the day is?
I did, but I don't know if you changed it.
No, I kept it. Our gift of the day, this is Kike Hernandez in the batting cage doing his best impersonation of Yasiel Puig.
The tongue.
The whole tongue thing. I looked at it and I was kind of like...
It's pretty funny.
It's funny. Normally, I would
Awkward.
say that's a little sexy, but I just don't like the facial expression he was using while doing it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have been like, favorite, retweet.
I thought it was pretty funny.
I thought it was pretty
But he
funny.
didn't have the bat. Like, he didn't lick the bat.
He didn't lick the bat. No, he should have licked the bat.
I think that's pretty gross. But I think it,
You wouldn't lick the bat?
that's been on the dirt?
Well, it's your bat.
No.
Like
Maybe it builds his immune system.
It's got the pine tar and it's got the burnt like cowhide of the foul tips.
Yeah. It seems pretty sanitary. So
A little dirt never hurt.
exactly. That's why I said maybe it builds his immune system.
Probably.
That's why he's so big and strong.
Yeah. Well, guys, that's been our show. Don't forget to suck us on Twitter at Bestco Show. Don't forget to follow us on the Instagram for all the behind-the-scenes action. You can check out the podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, anywhere podcasts are heard. But that's been our show, and you guys have a good night.